I just have my question is just on like. So first of all, I'm calling from London, by the way. My name is Sean. Um,
Greetings. Yeah.
greetings. Yeah, I just wanted to know. So just on like the topic of willpower, and like we have of course the will to want to do certain things when we talk about in this physical plane. If I'm hungry, for example, I'll go and prepare myself a meal and eat. If I need to drink water, I'll go and find a glass of water and so on and so forth. So we understand that we have control in the physical realm. So let's say, for example, in the unseen, or when we do pass over, of course, of course, I've been listening to you guys for a while, and we've spoken on reincarnation, and um, if based on the works that we've done in this physical realm, and based on our actions, that will determine whether or not we come back or whether or not we transcend to the higher realms. But touching on willpower, that same force that we have in this physical plane that says when we're hungry, we go and get some food. Do we have that same force when we do pass over to the other side to say, okay, perhaps this experience wasn't, like, on this physical plane wasn't necessarily the best, but I don't I don't have that will to want to come back? Or is there forces that act outside of yourself that are far greater than the power that you have in this unseen realm that says, hey there, stop right there, you're not going anywhere, you're coming back? Do you get what I'm saying? I know,
Yeah,
and
I get it.
yeah, that's basically. So yeah, so if you have that kind of that same power that we do have in the spiritual realm, that we have in the physical realm, to say, actually, I may want to have a different experience outside of this, or I may want to travel to a different realm, or I may want to transcend to somewhere that's different. Whereas, or is that kind of, because it's kind of like it's not like, because you have that concept of that religions kind of utilize, and it's that whole kind of fear concept where it's like, okay, if you don't do good, yeah, then you're gonna go to hell forever. But kind of saying that, all right, maybe if you didn't, maybe because I use those terms kind of loosely, just for lack of a better word, when we talk about good and evil, or um, let's just say, all right, you say you didn't do good, or whatnot, you wouldn't have the capabilities of transcending. However, my based on my spirit, I don't necessarily want to come back. So do you have those conversations with your higher self, or is it just something beyond your power at that stage?
Okay, got your question. All right, let's answer it for you. Okay, so there are two separate kind of like parts to that. The first one is that if you don't want to come back, then this is what we refer to as burning your desires. Because the reason you're coming back is because you haven't burnt out certain desires that are pulling you back here, that you're attracted to here. So if you, for example, are attached to, you know, to lust, if you're attached to like family members in the form of what people call love, not divine love, but more like the love of family, love of, wife, love of, if there are things that the attraction is so strong to this realm, then you're not ready to let go. So that's why you're coming back. But the thing is, when you're moving on, if you've burnt out all those desires, where like you've just said, I don't want to come back and I have no reason to come back, then there's nothing for you to come back to. However, it's not entirely up to you, because you might not have the will to come back, But if you're not ready in terms of you haven't fulfilled the mission that you were sent here to do, or that you came here to do, then the overseers or those beings responsible can send you back. And it's not a punishment, it's more like a help for you to graduate, because you're going to need those qualifications to move on to the next level. So it's kind of like they're helping you to prepare you. And a lot of times we're trying to, that's why we came here, because of will, because we actually were asked if we wanted to come here or not, you know, and many of us chose to come here to experience this. And so that's why we came. But in coming here to experience and go through the suffering and the pain and all of that, then a lot of us learn our lessons. Others don't. They get comfortable here and they love it here and they don't want to leave, and they want to stay in the physical material plane. I said earlier on that originally we didn't have to reincarnate and keep coming over and coming back again and again and again and again. So that's because we have actually fallen to a point where we need so much more to learn and to so that we can then move on. I don't know, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, a lot of reasons why we come, or a lot of reasons why we do come back, because we have to experience certain things before we can move on to higher levels of existence.
Yeah.
So if you haven't experienced certain things, you're going to have to come back and experience them.
Yeah, so you need to burn them out now. That's the desires. And that's why even Buddha was teaching that, what's the phrase, the cause of all suffering is desire.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. So you have to learn that you have to burn out all your desires, all the things that you're attracted or pulling you down here. All right? But Wu-Sabat is here with the books and the scrolls are to teach you how to not have to come back.